Morning, YouTubies. 70% chance of rain. I've got to hustle. I'm out here looking at my little girls here, and I really don't like what I did. I don't think my success rate was all that wonderful. And from now on, when I'm doing these, it's okay, I guess, to put them on 2s, but they ain't gonna last long, and you don't have a lot of resources here. So anyway, I'm going to start. The beauty of these little the beefy beehives, SD beefy beehives, is the fact that then we put the internal slots in, and here's you got options with these things, guys. You can make 2 framers, you can make 4 framers, 3 framers, whatever. This morning we're going to make a 3 framer, and instead of the crazy masonite, I went down to my local guy down here, A1 sheet metal, Tom, right, Newport Richey. Yes, Newport Richey, Florida. And this is 26 gauge. He had 24 gauge too, which is thicker. I said, heck, let me just use the 26. He was going to give me the 24 at the same price, but I said, no need to, Tom. I think we're going to be fine with this. You can see how thin it is. We don't have a warpage with these, whatever. This is galvanized, and you can see what I did. I took a brass wheel. I was cleaning some die-out frames and re-waxing. Matter of fact, this is one I re-waxed the other day. And I had them cut these 1/16 shorter than 10-inch high. And it's 19 3/4 from slot to slot, but I had him cut 16-inch shorter. So what we're going to do here is, this is so tight here at the top, guys, I don't think we got an issue. I didn't want it higher, okay? I didn't want it higher for the simple fact that we have closing problems, okay? So yeah, we're gonna right now guys, we're gonna make this a 3 framer, okay? We're gonna make this a 3 frame colony here. Let's see what we got here. I just seen this queen a minute ago, and I'm not seeing any eggs here on this frame. Let's see what we got over here. Here she is right here. Got a good sized butt on her. I don't see any eggs yet. So I guess it was no big rush. So I don't guess it was any big rush to get her into this thing. So I got my little Harbor Freight light here. You need to pick up one of these things, guys. This is a beauty now. Harbor Freight. Quantum Harbor Freight, rechargeable, little recharge port. You got this little sleeve you pull down there. You put a charging port in it, and then what I do is just clip it right here. I got a magnet in my pocket, Harbor Freight magnet. Get the ones that are about, I don't know, this one's about 3 inches across. and it works good. But anyway, yeah, there we go. With this program, I'm gonna knock out these few bees in here. So you can see our little beefy beehives are, you know, you have options with these. Another beauty here, you can take and make a timing box out of this thing too. You can put 2 frames right here in the middle and put in your excluders on each side in these slots. Cut a custom excluder to drop in on each side of this. And now you have a timing box for harvesting larva supplies for grafting. So this is a cool tool. You've got lots of options here. I'm going to go down through here and see what I've got. I just peeking in here the other day, and I don't know. Here's one that's not exciting. Here's another one that's not exciting. Here's another one that's not exciting. I put this in with minimal resources. These all may be toast. $30, $30, $30. This one here, I don't know. It's got more bugs in it. We'll see what we got. I don't know. Hopefully, if this is failing, there's a queen wandering around down in here, and I can capture her. I have my, I'll capture her and set up another one. But who knows? If we don't have enough bees even to feed a queen, we might be in trouble on this deal. Live and learn, and sometimes these, sometimes going to college, guys, is expensive, you know? Oh well, I experiment all the time to see what I can get away with. Sometimes I experiment and my experiments don't work, like running out at night picking up hookers and stuff. You know, Miss Daisy usually catches me on those experiments, and it's, trust me guys, that doesn't work. Okay, so stay out of them titty bars and hookers, okay? Okay guys, here's my second box I just opened, and she was just right here. She must have run to the other side. Yeah, here she is. She's looking for holes to lay in. But like the other colony, she has not spotted an egg yet. I released these queens at they were digging down probably half of the way on the candy tube. Okay, these were shipped in they were shipped in JZBZ cages. Yeah, they were shipped in JZBZ cages, and the tube was crammed full right to the top with the candy, and the candy was pretty tough in there. But old Matthew, he's been doing this a long time. He knows what he's doing on that stuff. But anyway, and I didn't ask him. He probably would have told me. I'm going to ask him after 4 days, can I release him? He's probably going to tell me no, leave them in there until they chew out. I'm gonna start building these nukes up with more resources, and I'm gonna be using the SD Beefy Beehive to do that. Okay, I'm gonna be utilizing that hive to do that. Let me have a chair right here. These two framers might make. Oh, look at there, it makes a good chair. Anyway, yeah, they're figuring out their new entrance already. And I closed it way down really tight. It's only got like a 1/2 inch on it. I love these little disc things, by the way. Anyway, yeah, he's probably gonna tell me, no, leave them, let them chew their way out. And I don't know how long he banks these. He harvests his queens. I really haven't gotten into it. I may be going with him on a trip soon, and I don't know if he's camera shy or not. He may not let me do a YouTube on that, queen harvesting. But he'll have like 300 queens to harvest. And I don't know if that's a daily event or what. Like I said, I don't know. I've never gotten into major queen raising. I've always been a newt guy, and I've never even... Customers ask me all the time, you mark your queens? No. I don't even touch queens, guys. I don't even touch them. The only time I touch them is when I get cells, and sometimes I have to catch them. Sometimes they release early in the incubator, and I got to catch them and put them in a cage. But no, I don't fool with them. See, there one just came in with pollen. Now let's see, that's whenever you see a bee coming into your colony with pollen on its legs, that's an excellent sign that you've got a nice viable hive there. But I saw no eggs. I saw no eggs here, no eggs there. So I'm not going to transfer this. As soon as I see eggs going on here, I'll give them another week here. Give them another full week, and let's see what we got going on here. There's one there, just came in with pollen on it. And it's a whitish pollen, and I think it's sable palm. Sable palm is just now, we Florida crackers call it cabbage palm. And it's got a heart in the center of it. It's actually the state tree, and it's illegal to chop them down, but all my redneck friends do. Yeah. So, anyway. That's what's probably coming in right now, is sable palm honey. I'm leaving these hatches open right now, and I shouldn't be doing that because I'm just setting myself up for a robbing scenario. We're still in a dearth here, and it's not good, okay? It's not good at all. I am stacking up. Some of these girls are getting fat. That's my first round. You're looking 60 days, guys. When you make say if I make a 3-way nuke and I do a walk away, or even installing these, I'm going to be buying some more of his queens this next month. And I think he said on the 6th, June 6th, is when he starts to want to harvest queens. He has a regular routine. I mean, this thing has got to be timed correctly, guys. This queen rearing thing, if you're going to do what Matthew does. But for Steveo, I just set him up between new moon and full moon is my thing. And most guys will say, probably breeders too, will say, yeah, no, Steveo, we do this year round. No, you don't need to do that. But I don't know, maybe a superstition. I don't know what it is with me, you know. I keep out guards too. See my guards here, guys? Hello. He got guarded all right. He's been getting in a fight too in mating season with those little lizards, and they keep getting their tails bit off. So anyway, that's what I'm doing this morning. But on these, what I was fixing to tell you, you're looking a good 60 days. You got 30 days. If you set this thing up with 3 frames, which I'm going to be doing, 2 full sheets of brood, solid brood with a few eggs, solid brood with a few eggs, and a honey pollen frame, 2 planes. I set them up. I move them to my other station, my other bee yard, or I close the hatch down for 3 days and leave them on site. I can do that too. But you're looking, Tommy, you're looking 30 days for that thing for them to make a queen, turn around, her come back, get bred, go out, get bred, come back, start pumping out eggs, and then you're a good 60 days filling out those planes and everything. Once they fill them out, you're ready for a second box on there. Yeah. So it's not super speedy as you think, but you just keep gradually doing it, you know. And you need more than 1 or 2 hives. You need about 5, at least 5 hives, so you can play with this thing and get, you know, always keep spare hives, especially 5-framers on standby, because if you got a larger colony, but you know, 10-frame, 8-frame equipment that checks out, then you've got resource to reload that. But you can run your whole operation with 5s. You can actually make a honey crop with these. You can have a couple boxes, that's 10 frames, 2 boxes for brood rearing. Put an excluder on and run up 2 boxes or 3 boxes up high. Granted, I'm only 1 block off the ground on the ant moats. You know, you're going to be up here. You're going to be up here. But a lot of guys, you can always harvest honey and capped honey and let them bring it right back out. I would set it out in the yard here, let the bees rob it out, dry it out after you extract your honey, or whatever you're going to do. You can use a scrape and drain method, whatever. But it's going to be sloppy with honey. Set it out, let the bees rob it out. Then put the dry supers back on, and you can under super too. You can put your box you just harvested. Say you've got some up here that are partially full. You can take this box that you just harvested, pull these other boxes out, and put it down below and under super it, and they will jump on it faster. All right, well, I've got 2 here that going on. Let me check these 2 and see what's up. Let me recheck this one here. I'm going to recheck this one here and see what's going on and see if that queen is still in there. They had a queen cell in there, and I stupidly, after I did it, I said that was stupid. I should have left that queen cell. It was this big, guys. It was a huge peanut. Huge. It was an emergency cell too. They had built on the center of that comb. They released this queen. They may have released her too fast. I see Bob Benny. I saw a video on him how he's putting these caged queens in. And I've never seen this movie before, but he does it all the time. He takes the cheap masking tape, the cheap stuff, and he installs with JZBZ cages, and that's how he gets them. And he takes a piece of cheap. He said, don't use the good blue tape, use the cheap masking tape at the dollar store or whatever, and put a piece over that candy tube end. Then take a needle and poke in that hole in the center. He said that the bees have to see that candy or smell that candy in that hole. That way they'll start chewing away that masking tape. That buys you more time. This thing was full. This thing was this thing had a lot of bees in this thing when I put it together. I put it together with 3 frames. I had a die out over here, and I had some surplus honey and pollen. It went in here with 2 heavy sealed brood frames, had a lot of bees on it, and I put them in lockdown for 3 days. And I need to stare here at this thing for a little bit and see if pollen's coming in. If I see pollen coming in, I'm thinking I got a happy hive here, and I got a queen running around in here. Hopefully it's my Martin or my Matthew queen. But these Matthew girls have not started laying yet, and like I said, I don't know how long he banked these. That's another question I'll have to ask him. I'm curious, how long were these queens banked, because they're not pooping no eggs yet. These 2 girls are not putting out any eggs yet. So, but their abdomens are really filling out nice. And I do know if you put a mated queen in the cage for very long, she just basically shuts down and her abdomen will start shrinking. But as you got her into a viable situation hive, then she fills back up and gets back into queen laying mode. So let me go down through here and check some more, see what I got. Okay, this ain't good on this hive here. It's just crawling alive with friggin' hive beetle larvae here. And the wax moths are coming in too, but you see in there the hive beetle larvae. Doesn't take long, guys, for some of these things to get going here. They really raise havoc on your colonies. So what I'm going to do is freeze this, drop it in a bag and freeze it and kill all these things. And I see some eggs down there, stuff. So what I will do here is dump this bees out. Everything's toast here. I don't see the queen in here. She may have hauled ass, I don't know. And anyway, what we do here is take this box and do bam, drop that crap out of there. This frame right here looks pretty decent. I'm going to try to drop this in to a strong hive here. Got a little bit of wax moth strings here. This is a nice frame of wax. The bees should clean that up pretty nice. I got some sugar water I'm going to spray on that and put it in a hive here, and the bees will clean that right up. But that one that's really crawling with larvae, no, I'm going to freeze it. Okay guys, there's my other queen. See the abdomen on her? She's not super fat. So I've lost maybe. Yeah, she's looking around. She's looking for a cell to lay in. But she has not laid anything yet. So I'm gonna have to make a phone call and ask Matthew. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call Matthew and see what's up here, because she's not laying. So I've got three hives here that are not laying yet at all. And it's probably premature by putting her in a 5, but it's only 3 frames, as you saw. So we'll see how that goes. Experiment. We like to experiment. I'm gonna go into this colony here and see what I got going on. Okay guys, this hive, I did not find the queen. I did not find that Matthew queen, but they dug her out of there. When I went in on the 4th day, this one was released. And I found what was strange, a big peanut hanging. They may have started that peanut. It makes kind of sense, because when I set it in here, I waited 24 hours. They may have jumped on that and said, we got to have a queen. They may have started building that queen. There was only one cell in there. It was a beauty. It was like that long. Yeah, when I crushed it, there was a viable larva in there. And then of course I left for 4 days. I came back and I released this queen. I was going to release the queen, but she had already been released. Then I saw the peanut. I did not see any eggs. Well, guess what I have in here now? I have eggs. This queen is laying. I did not find her. So hopefully we got a nice fatty Matthew queen running around in here. Or something stupid could have happened. when I transferred larvae from another colony here. That can happen too. I got a pretty good eagle eye on finding queens, but occasionally I screw up. And that's not normally a big deal. If you're robbing from a strong colony and you like what you see over there and you're, say, making walkaways, only make these walkaways with colonies that are really good quality queens. Don't breed from junk, in other words. But you can pull junk frames, install with junk bees, and release a good brand new queen from a reputable, a reputable guy that's raising good queens. All right, I've created a slot here. I've got that nice frame that ain't all chewed up with crazy invaders. I'm gonna spritz that thing with, it's got a little bit of wax moth webbing in it, not much. I'm gonna spray it with sugar water, and I'm gonna insert it right in here, and them bees are gonna be on that like ugly on ape and clean it right up and put it to work. Clean it up, girls. Get her done. Now see, I had a frame here that they hadn't even touched yet, so now she's got something she can lay on. And all we got to do here, guys, is keep the food to them. Keep that sugar water to them and let them fill them up. All right, I feel better now. We got 4 bugs. Yeah, we lost a couple of them, but so far so good. I think these girls are going to start laying. Like I said, I'm going to call Matthew and ask him about what he thinks, what his spin is on this, because I do know if you put queens in a bank for very long, they kind of shut down, so it's going to take a little bit for them to rejuvenate. And he said these were mated queens, so we don't need to worry about them going on a mating flight. So yeah, I'm going to fool around here in the bee yard, look things over a little bit. If I see anything suspicious, I'll go in. The nice thing about these hives, guys, here, we're feeding from the top here, you can do a quick inspection on your bees, like, whoa, that's full of bees, right? What do we got here? Whoa, full of bees. What do we got here? Whoa. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And what do we got here? Oh yeah, and it's about out of syrup. So as you're going down through here feeding bees, you can do evaluations on these colonies quite quickly by just peeking under these feeder jars. And the beauty of these wide mouth plastic lids, they don't get seized up. I see a lot of beekeepers using metal lids and standard mason jars. Throw all that away. Go to Walmart and get you wide mouth jars, whether it be pints. I suggest you get quarts, but if you're feeding your babies, use pints. And buy plastic lids. Get a needle and blowtorch, put it in the vice grips, heat it cherry red, and put one hole only, about an 1/8 of an inch hole in there. That's all you need. Yeah, okay, this one's going in the freezer. What I do here is I pop the plasticell out. I put it in a 13-gallon Ziploc, not Ziploc, a 13-gallon trash bag with a drawstring. and I drop it in. I don't drop the whole frame in. Pop the plasticell out. It comes right out. Just pushing the center pops out. I don't save none of this crappy wax either. It's all contaminated as far as I'm concerned. Pop this plasticell out, put it in a 13-gallon bag, put it in the freezer. You could come back in 2 or 3 hours and process this thing. You get a wooden spatula and scrape all this plastic, all this bad wax off of the plastic. When I pop this out of this frame, you've got eggs and stuff laid up in these cracks and these grooves in here. I take my propane torch and I run in the cracks. I get everything pretty hot. Sometimes I even brown the wood up a little bit. Yes. See, this thing's been robbed out too. This hive crashed, and what probably stressed them a lot was these stupid hive beetles. And then it came in, and you see all this cappings that got robbed out, even though I've got a 1/2-inch little slide hole here. So that's the way I do it. And then I got my crock pot. Then I save up once I scrape them, and then I go out to a flat table. I put a piece of plywood on top of my barbecue. You see up there? I put a piece of plywood. It's 4 foot square, the same one I use in the shop. I put up there. Then I take 2 spring clamps and I clamp it on the edge of that. Now here's a tip, Steveo tip. Get a denim apron online, Amazon. Get a denim apron, put it on, because this gets messy. After you've scraped all this off of here, don't let it go all over the yard. You're going to step in it. The sun's going to melt. You're going to step it. Now you got stuff all over your shoes. Leave it on the table. That's why I've got that 4 foot square table up there. Run that spatula down. Sharpen the edge of that spatula with either a file or your bench grinder. Put a little fine edge on, almost will cut you. But don't use a metal tool on this plastic, you'll screw it up. But shave all that off best you can while it's frozen. So don't get a bunch of these frozen and lay out in the sun. They're gonna, get warmed up. Now you got a gooey mess. Scrape this off while it's frozen. Put this plasticell on the edge of that plywood up there. Put a spring clamp, boom, boom. Now go to Lowe's and get you a brass wheel. It's about 4-inch wheel, brass wire wheel, and it's got a arbor already installed in it, permanent arbor. This plasticell is pretty tough, but you just don't want to scrape it with anything metal. But the soft brass works pretty good. But you don't bear down hard on it and try to wipe out your friggin' impressions of your cells. And you put that in your DeWalt drill, rechargeable drill. That way you're not dragging. You can put an electric cord, but then you got to drag cords around. Put it in that DeWalt and come out there and just start. You won't get it clean, but you will get even the little cobwebs that are in that plastic. They'll blow right off of that brass wheel. And you can quickly go down through there, flip it over, spring clamp it again. You need to spring clamp it because it'll be flying all over the place where you're trying to work on it with that drill motor. That's your Steveo tip for the day. Ronnie, listen. You did not listen, Ronnie. You're going up against the man, Ronnie, and it's not going to work out for you, bro. It ain't going to work out for you, okay? You're getting impatient. Stop. See, this is the problem, guys. They're overthinking the situation. Let the man have another 4 years. Donald's going to get her done, okay? By then, he's going to be too old of a fart to do this stuff. But then Ronnie can come in. Right now, he's probably going to make a fool of himself. You're going to make a fool of yourself, Ronnie. Don't do it, bro. Let the man have it for 4, then you jump in. There's no hurry. It's like beekeeping, guys. There's no hurry. This thing will happen when it happens. Let Mother Nature take its course, baby. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Be happy, be strong. We got to keep getting on and keep making them queens. All right, guys, before I let you go, I got to show you something pretty cool. One of my subscribers, Mr. Darby, he sent me this. He's been building the he's been liking the beefy beehives, 5-framers that we make with pallet wood and all. And here's his spin on it. It's pretty cool. He built this. You can see it's pallet wood sides, and he's got 2x8 ends. He's got a plastic entry turner on it. He put a nice stencil on there with a bee, and then he's a patriot like Steveo. See there? Whoa! And guess what? He's got a backer board top, 1/4 inch with a hole in it for the feeder hole. And there we go. He says, I'll be back. There it is. You gotta love it, guys. You just gotta love it. See you soon. Bye-bye.